From a cargo ship that breaks in two because of a storm to a ferry that crashes into a pier, here are some ship accidents caught on camera. Sometimes storms can cause spectacular shipwrecks, which is what happened to this Spanish ship in 2014. The person who filmed the scene was a few hundred meters from the cargo ship Luno, which was immobilized near a dike in the French town of Anglet. The person, curious, surely wanted to see what would happen to this boat abused by the high waves that hit the Atlantic coast because of the storm Petra. But she did not expect this boat to break in two. Yet she continued to film this incredible and surreal scene until the two parts of the boat completely separated from each other. She must have been reassured to know that there were no casualties as a result of this accident because the crew members and the pilot on board were rescued in time by helicopter. All in all, this unforgettable experience will probably have taken away any desire to ever set foot on a boat. When nature has nothing to do with a ship accident, the fault sometimes lies with the breakdowns that can occur at any time and cause major damage. Take a look at what is about to happen to the Cyprus cement. The captain of this huge cargo ship loaded with cement in this small marina in Levanger, Norway, is trying to get the ship out of the harbor. Against all odds, a bow propeller broke down. Ouch! The captain did everything he could to maneuver his boat. He succeeded in making it move forward, but this maneuver made him lose control of his trajectory and the cargo ship ended up sinking in the small port. As a result, the marina dock and several pleasure boats that were moored there were destroyed by the huge ship, and 3 boats ended up sinking. Faced with this uncontrollable situation, the captain felt unable to do anything and could only observe the damage caused by his boat with a pitiful look. It was an experience that marked his career forever. Do you like this video? Then don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next publications. Let's continue. It's best to keep calm while watching the video I'm about to show you now. These 3 men were quietly fishing in the Columbia River in the United States. They had taken their boat out to have a good time and catch some nice fish. While they were on their boat, they saw a yacht speeding towards them. The 3 men screamed and tried to get the pilot's attention by waving at him, but to no avail. Not knowing what to do, the 3 of them ended up jumping into the water. Splash! By doing this, they saved their own lives, but it still took its toll on their psychological state, because although they got out alive, the 3 men were shocked by what had just happened. After this accident, they decided to file a complaint against the yacht's pilot who claimed that he had not seen the small fishing boat because he was driving while seated. Well, these men had an unimaginable experience. Not only was their boat seriously damaged, but since this accident, they have not been able to go back to sea for a long time. The people you see were in St. Martin, a Caribbean island, where they had come to enjoy their vacation. But while they were on a deck in Simpson Bay, a large luxury yacht, the Ecstasy, came out of nowhere and crashed onto the deck, hitting the checkpoint. Ouch! Some of the tourists, fascinated by the scene that was unfolding before their eyes, couldn't hold back and took out their phones to film these incredible images and keep a souvenir. A not-so-pleasant memory for them, because the accident caused some damage, especially to the yacht which belongs to the Pakistani billionaire Alsher Fiaz. They still felt a great relief because there was no victim. More fear than harm. Nevertheless, the accident of the Ecstasy will remain forever engraved in their memories. Putting a boat to sea is not an easy thing to do. Watch, and you will understand why. On this video, you can clearly see people pulling this brand new boat to put it overboard. But these people found this task very difficult and had to face a big problem. A boat is still heavy, but that's no problem. By pulling well, they managed to make the boat slide on the deck. But look, by pulling hard, a little too much even, the boat ended up in the water and crashed. Well, one can easily imagine the numerous damages following this accident. The heroes of this story had to rush to save what was still possible to save. I'm pretty sure they lost their jobs the same day. The pilot of this small boat was returning to the beach after a trip to the sea. He was about to dock when a wave capsized his boat. No need to panic. He armed himself with all his courage, hoping to get the boat to dock as soon as possible. The next moment, one could say that luck smiled on him when another wave pushed the boat over. Yes, but it was not without consequences because the boat ended up against the lighthouse. Look. Because of the current, the small boat hit the huge tower before running aground on the rocks. Fortunately, the pilot escaped unharmed, and it is clear that neither he nor the passenger who accompanied him suffered any injury except for a little dizziness because of the boat's wobble in the waves. Phew! This man had an incredible and scary experience. In my opinion, he must have had nightmares. Some time ago, the vacation of the cruisers on board these 2 ships almost turned into a tragedy. These people were enjoying their day to the fullest. They had embarked on these 2 liners hoping to spend a dream vacation. Everything would have been fine if the two ships had not collided in this port of the Mexican island of Cozumel. Watch. Panicked, but above all curious to see what had just happened, the passengers could not see the damage until they were on land. And there, it is the shock. They were nevertheless relieved to learn that there were no casualties, except for a few minor injuries that were examined on board one of the boats. But it must be admitted that this accident has somewhat tainted their beautiful vacation. Now keep your eyes on that Russian ship heading for that bridge in Busan, South Korea. No. But what happened to the captain of that ship? Well, this man was on board the cargo ship when he was taken by the sudden urge to drink. One little drink and he was drunk. The captain apparently remained at the helm and continued to sail the boat as if nothing had happened. However, the consequences of his condition were not long in coming, because once he arrived at the bridge, he simply hit it. Imagine how much damage was caused by that one little drink. The boat was damaged at the front with the collapse of a tower, and the bridge was punctured, not to mention the road traffic which had to be slowed down. Faced with this situation, the captain simply turned the boat around and went back, only to be stopped by the Coast Guard, who investigated and confirmed that he was drunk. After this incident, the captain became the focus of one of the most unusual naval stories of this century. Take a close look at the picture of this boat. Are you sitting in front of your screen? Perfect. You are now analyzing this picture and you are looking for what makes this movie image so impressive. But no, it is not a picture from a movie, but a real image. How? Yes, you heard me right. The image of the Shinyo Sawako, attached to a tugboat off the coast of Vietnam, will impress you so much that you will start looking for some information about this boat. If you look hard enough, you can find out a little more about this Hong Kong registered ship, and you will also discover that a few months after the incident that caused this image, this large ship was involved in another accident after colliding with a Chinese fishing boat. You close your screen and quietly reflect on all this. Finally, the story of the Shinyo Sawako will have made you want to watch one of the many movies about ship accidents. But what happened to this ship? This big ship arrived at the port of Aliaga in Turkey to be dismantled. A rather noisy and fast arrival, because it did not slow down a knot. On the video, we can clearly see that it continues to approach quickly towards the quay, blowing its siren, to attract the attention of all those who were there. Finally, he docks, but his spectacular arrival causes a lot of damage. Look, because of its haste, this boat ended up hitting two boats that were already there, and it even caused a small tidal wave. Fortunately, its mad race ended at the level of the quay. Wow. This crazy ferry had arrived at this port to be dismantled, but I'm pretty sure it ended up breaking up somewhere as a result of this accident. Look what will happen to these people on their boat. These young people were on a speedboat and were about to take one last trip out to sea. Let's go. One last ride to end this day on a high note. Everything seemed normal at first, but the speed of the boat started to increase little by little. In order not to fall, the passengers held on tightly to the boat, and, look at them, the speed of the boat only increased their excitement. A fast ride is not bad at all, but that feeling suddenly turned to panic. Because of its high speed, the boat lost its balance as it approached a wave. The pilot lost control, and then, whoosh, everyone was thrown from the boat, and some were even seriously injured. Fortunately, they were rescued. 5 of them were taken to the hospital. Well, we can be sure that for these passengers, the high-speed sea rides are over. And we end with this spectacular boat accident that took place in 2017 in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. About a month after leaving Greece, the Kaidan was about to reach the Dominican Republic. Once it arrived in Santo Domingo, it was confronted with a strong current at the port. However, the boat ignored these particular conditions. It managed to dock, but because of this maneuver, it ended up on the dock. Yes, the current was stronger. The result, significant material damage, both on the boat and in the port. You only have to see the state of the pier to judge. The ferry was still able to resume its service a few weeks later, after some repairs. Well, we can say that after this accident, the Kaidan was a terrible thing to see. These were 12 boat accidents immortalized by videos. Which one shocked you the most? Leave us your answer in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.